You can color or you don't have to color. The option is there for you. Pardon?
Oh, I'm very bland.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so yesterday we said that corresponding angles and alternate interior angles are congruent, right? This is only true when the lines are parallel. So let's draw an arrow that says when the lines are parallel. When the lines are parallel, corresponding angles and alternate interior angles are congruent. Write that on your notes. That's for both of these. Does everybody understand? When they're not parallel, they can still have the relationship of being corresponding, but they're not necessarily congruent. Are we okay so far? Yes. Yes, we did. Okay, so now let's go back to our table of contents for Unit 3. Does anybody need a tabby? All right. All right, so today we are going to talk about algebra and parallel lines. And then we're going to color, and it's going to be a great day. I will bring around tabbies. Move it down the page so that you can write Unit 3 on there. If you have your own tabby, now it's time to get out your own tabby. Okay, so you see how all my tabbies line up? You can see them because it's tabs. So you're going to move it down. Put the short side on here, and then fold it over. Only 2 things in, thank you so much. And then put tape down to reinforce it. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Attached my paper. My using algebra to solve angle pair problems, which is the title of what we're doing, is on 20A. And then on the back of that, I'm going to put this one. This is going to be 20B. I'm going to start, before I make copies, I'm going to write what page it goes on in the top right-hand corner because y'all are killing me. Yes. Thank you so much. What do you want, Blake? Oh my gosh, no. It's homework. No, you turn it into me.
Yeah, you really are acting. You're taking.
Hey, it's recording. So, today, our learning target, which we're going to write at the top here. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I started the lesson already. So please be quiet. I don't care. I need y'all to be quiet. I can apply angle relationships. I can apply angle relationships. That's what we are doing today on October 13th, 2017. I don't know what word you just said, but if it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, please don't say it again. Love you. All right, are we ready? Well, what does the word congruent mean?
Same size and shape.
The same measure. So congruent means the same measure. All right, Hufflepuff, I need you to get it together. I'm going to start taking away points. What is complementary?
Equals up to 90. Equal 90.
Adds up. All right, -1 from y'all's table. Y'all keep talking, and I need you to stop. -1. Adds up to 90 degrees. What does supplementary mean?
Adds up to 180.
Adds up to 180 degrees. So we're going to apply these angle relationships, and we're going to find missing measures today. It is easy peasy. Yes. Alright, so who can tell me what types of angles that we've learned are congruent?
Vertical.
We've learned, show 'em. Vertical angles are congruent. Take a point. No, those are not always congruent. Yes, but more specifically the ones we've been talking about yesterday and today. Yay! In the closet, just in the alternate interior. Take a point. Y'all tell Coach Hamrick thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, so alternate interior angles are congruent when the lines are parallel. So let's put parallel lines beside this. Alright, when lines are parallel, what other types of angles are congruent?
Exterior.
Alternate exterior. Take a point. And what? There was one more. When the lines are parallel. Mm-mm.
I mean, corresponding.
Corresponding. Good. Take a point.
You guys learned this.
Yes.
You also learned this in the 8th grade.
I don't remember that. I don't remember anything.
I didn't learn anything.
Okay. Complementary angles means they add up to 90. So you can be told in the problems that angles are complementary or supplementary, or you can look at a model. Now, what type of angle is complementary? What makes it? A right angle. Take a point. Okay, I do know how to spell. I don't know. And let's draw an example of a right angle.
What is wrong?
How do we know that this is a right angle?
That's the box.
It has the box, yes. And if two angles are complementary, hey Slytherin, can you stop talking while I'm talking? You would have a line here, and you have two angles. Those would be complementary to each other. Now, what kind of angle makes a 180 degrees? What kind of angle?
Oh, obtuse.
No, guys. What kind of angle makes 180 degrees? A line. A line. That's okay, Tater Tots. No judgment. All God's children. Maybe a little bit of judgment. Easy. Easy, Tater Tot. Let's not go there. So these two angles would add up to equal what? Look at us go. Now, if you were given an equation for congruent angles, or rather, if you had to set up an equation with congruent angles, what would you do? You would set congruent angles. Set them equal to each other. Fantastic. So when you set up the equation for congruent angles, now remember, this whole column is congruent, this whole column is complementary, this whole column is supplementary. When I tell you that they're congruent angles, you would set the angles equal to each other. So let's write that down. What, honey?
I drew my pictures in that box.
You should still have room, right? Or did you draw giant pictures? Oh, okay. Alright, so set the angles equal to each other. I was still writing. So if angle A and angle B were alternate interior angles, we would say that that's not what we would say. We would say that angle A is equal to angle B. Yes, no, maybe so.
I guess.
You guess? Well, if they're congruent, that means they're equal, so you set them equal. This is not anything mind-blowing yet, children. If they're complementary, what would you do? What would you do with the two angles, though? Add the angles. Alright, so add the angles together. Then what? Okay, good job. Take a point. Whoever said that. Can y'all be quiet now and let other groups answer?
We have to.
Yes.
We answered. We charge louder enough.
Wait, so does that mean complementary angle larger than
Okay, so if angle A and angle B are complementary, how would I set up that equation? Besides Gryffindor.
Oh, I got it.
Good, take a point.
Oh, I wrote
So my question was, if angle A and angle B are complementary to each other, how would we set up the equation? Do you understand what I'm asking?
180.
So if I told you right here,
Oh, they're complementary. Oh,
Yes.
Stupid. Okay.
you're not stupid.
You're not stupid.
Don't say that. Are you with me now, though? Okay, all right, great. We're all together. Now, for the last one, supplementary. So what would we do if they are supplementary besides Gryffindor? Good, take a point. All right, so add the angles together. Then set them equal to 180. Good, take a point. Well, take a point, Tater Tot. So if angle A and angle B are supplementary, someone at Ravenclaw, tell me how I would set up that equation. Anybody at Ravenclaw? I don't care.
angle A plus angle B equals 180?
Good, take a point. Are we ready? Or do I need to pause?
We are ready.
Sometimes I get excited.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's something to tell you.
Okay.
I feel that I've graduated from being a potato tot. I want to be a potato bitch.
I can't remember all these things that y'all want to be. Can you just be Tater Tot? Because I'm lucky to remember your names much less
Like
than
potato tots, potato wedges, hash
Pardon?
browns, and like a group.
Yes, yes. You can be, but don't make me remember what you're trying to be.
Oh,
Celery.
Oh my gosh.
no, you have to, you have to be
Okay,
potato related. You
So-
can be fry.
let's look at this. Let's just let's come back together. Now, we're going to say that these two lines are congruent. So who remembers from yesterday what symbol we use when lines not congruent, parallel?
Oh, I have it. I know it.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it is.
Triangle.
I hate all of you.
Small triangle.
It's a
I don't.
circle.
Okay, men. We didn't need you to mansplain whenever she raised her hand and was trying to answer. So let's let the lady talk and not overpower her because you think you
You
can.
just turned these one thing.
All right, tell me. Yes, good. Take a point. All right, so draw the triangles on here. We just explained that. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay, so now our first question says name two angles that are congruent to angle 4 and explain why. So Justin, can you tell me one?
Angle 8.
Angle 8, Blair, is congruent to angle 4. Why?
So it's on the same, like, in the same
Because they are what kind of angles? No. He is telling me. Baby, those are not vertical angles. Look back at the types of angles that we've learned.
The voice lost when they came in.
We'll let the girl help you. No. Y'all, it's 4 and 8.
The parallel.
They're corresponding. They're in the same position. They're corresponding. I did. I told you that yesterday.
The girl is.
You're supposed to be able to tell me this today. That's the point of what we're doing is applying our knowledge, Tater
At
Tot.
least I got the angle right.
You did, Pumpkin. Take a point for that. Travis, take a point.
What, can I be a pumpkin pie?
No. Y'all have not graduated to anything because you couldn't tell me their corresponding angles. Because they are corresponding.
I ninja already because I already did in your class.
Angles. Okay.
I graduate at the end of this year.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, you
stop.
gotta be in this class to be an ninja. Oh, well, you can't be an ninja.
I'm leaving after this
Okay,
year.
so angle 4 is congruent to angle 8. I want you to name another one. That's our first one. Name another one. No. Angle 2?
7.
Wait, it's just, let me,
Hating on the
stop.
smart.
Alright, so angle 4 and angle 2, why?
Because
He is telling me. Because they are what? Vertical angles. Good, take a point.
There you go, Luke.
It is. His name is Logan.
That's what I thought. Oh, 99% sure.
Alright, Ravenclaw, can you tell me one more angle? I want to see if we can do 3.
I did 3 back to back.
Somebody Ravenclaw. You're at Ravenclaw. Tell me. We already did angle 8. So you're saying angle 6? Why? No. I want you to tell me an angle that is congruent to angle 4. Yo, this is all based on angle 4. Did y'all forget that halfway through this?
Yeah.
Okay. It's all being congruent to angle 4. That's what the question asked us. 4 and, not 4 and 5. No, 4 and 3 are linear.
6.
4 and 6. Why would it be 4 and 6? They are alternate interior angles. So guys, what you're supposed to be doing, in case you didn't pick up on this, is you were supposed to be taking the angles that we learned yesterday. So on page 19B and 19A, you're supposed to be taking those and applying it to our figure. That's what we're doing today, applying the angles we learned. That was our whole learning target. So angle 4 is congruent to angle 6 because... Oh, okay. You were walking over here with a purpose. I was like, what's wrong, honey? Okay. Because they are alternate interior angles. Yes.
I'll just put
I didn't tell you what I mean.
We're going to see.
Alright, so, whoa. Whoa.
My stepdad wrecked my car.
Do you see how 4 and 6 are on the inside of the parallel lines?
Yes.
So since they're inside, that means they're interior. And they're on opposite sides of the transversal, so that's alternate. Now,
Okay, what about that? Exterior.
that would be 1 and 7, because they're on the outside, exterior. Alright, let's look at the second part. The measure of angle 4 is 6x plus 60, and the measure of angle 1 is 15 plus x. What is the relationship between 1 and 4, besides Gryffindor, and besides Curtis, and besides Logan? What is the relationship between angle 1 and angle 4?
Oh.
Okay? Okay.
They're linear.
They are linear, which means they add up to equal what?
180.
They add up to equal 180. So we would say angle 4 plus angle 1 is equal to what? 180. And do we know what the measure of angle 4 is?
Yes.
So angle 4 is 6x plus 60 plus 15 plus x equals 180. Can you solve this without me?
Yes.
Solve it without me. Go. Yes, you can, Blake.
Do you like your stepdad?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
I tried to
does.
do it. He wasn't at fault, so I get to call my birthday Tuesday. So I'm saying. But I didn't get a beans, and I didn't want the beans.
My stepdad used to probably.
No, that was my car. I like the E-rate. So
Can you just solve this problem? Because it's still recording all of this.
Those students that are going to the Superintendent's Advisory Council, please go to the bus canopy at this time. Please go to the bus canopy at this time. Thank you.
No. I'm not in any clubs. I'm bad at that.
What's 180 minus 75?
105.
It's 105.
Wait, minus 75? Oh, my bad. 105.
And then what's 105 divided by?
6.
Whoa.
What's 15 times 6?
I got that whole problem.
Whoa.
I
90.
Angle 1 is 30.
Alright, so now, it asks us, hey, it asks us to find the measure of each angle, not to just find x. So you have to plug this back in. So the measure of angle 4 equals 6 times 15 plus 60. And the measure of angle 1 is 15 plus 15.
30.
Now, can I borrow someone's homework sheet so I can, well, no, not yet.
Wait.
We still got time. Please do this problem right here.
She put her homework sheet in her calculator.
Leave me alone.
She was trying. Finish this last one without me.
No. They equal 90.
Baby, it's 6x plus 1x, and that gives you 7x.
Guess what today is?
They're on the same side of the equation, so you add them together. Don't subtract it when they're on the same side of the equal sign. Yeah. A lot of you did that on your test, too.
Is it even a 90?
Is it supplementary or complementary?
What does it say?
You promise?
Oh, it didn't. But look at angle 3 and angle 5. Where are they?
They are alternate interior.
So you can look at the picture and figure that out, right?
Well,
No.
what is alternate
No.
interior?
8180.
No, guys. Find 3 and then find 5.
So we add it to each
3
other.
and 5.
I need you to get it together over there. No, baby. Find 3 and then find 5. Are 3 and 5 right beside each other? Do those make a linear pair? No. Are they corresponding? Are they consecutive interior? No. They're alternate interior. And what do we know about alternate interior angles?
They're congruent.
They're congruent. So what would you do? Yep.
Dang it.
Whoa. And didn't we just write down on the previous page what kind of angles are congruent to each other? We did. I was there. Blake, I'm tired of you. Stop. You're being annoying this morning. You really don't know. Look at 3. Do you see 3 right here? Okay. Do you see 5 right here? Now, do you see that they are on the inside of the parallel lines?
How would they be? Oh, wait.
Because they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So this line right here is our transversal, right?
X equals 8.
And then they're on opposite sides of it.
X equals 8.
And they're, I'm trying to talk. And then they're inside the lines. So alternate interior angles. If they're congruent angles, what do you do?
Okay.
What did we just write down? We just write this down. When they're congruent angles, what do we do?
My bad, Nate. I thought it was
I'm really stressed. I don't know why.
Because men are trying to talk over you and explain things to you when you've got it.
I live in a household of people like that. Oh,
I found if you would have done
Oh, what are varsity?
I don't know, but I've been freaking stressed all day and it hurts.
Good dance.
Varsity, it's shoes. Usually they're cheer shoes, but like.
I didn't know they were shoes.
Did y'all set them equal to each other?
And the X.
Alright, did you subtract 3x? And you got 2x minus 28 equals Slytherin. Minus 1. You're talking while I'm talking.
I don't think they even split on this.
And then you add 28. And you get 40. So then what does x equal?
It equals 20.
Now, did it ask for x or did it ask for the measure of the angle? You do plug it back in. Can you only plug it into one?
Yes.
Yeah.
You could, because they're supposed to be equal, right? Would it help to plug it into this one as well, just to make sure we did it right?
Yes.
Probably. What's 5 times 20?
60.
100.
Oh yeah.
5 times.
There's
That's 100.
20.
I was thinking that's 100.
It's 72.
I even repeated
Or you can just have 526.
And what's 100 minus 28?
72.
They both equal 72.
And so the measure of angle 5 is also 72 degrees. Now, may I please see someone's homework so I can explain the homework, even though there are directions on it?
I just thought of an own.
I was so like confident.
I can make a
Now.
little device that you can send to your face.
I want you to put your name right here. Put your name right here. On this page, I want you to put your number in the top right hand corner. Put your name on the first one, your number in the top right hand corner. Now, stop. I'm trying to teach. So, determine whether each angle pair is vertical, corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, or supplementary. Write and solve an equation. Show all work. Then, once you find the once you find the value of x, you color it on here, that color. So, if x happened to be 18, what would you color here? You would color 18 green. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
Show all your work on this.
Sorry for the interruption. This is the last call for the Superintendent Advisory Council report to the county.